It is not every day that a company threatens to sue me. In fact, it is only July 17th, 2021. As some of you may have noticed, I have a wide variety of cat ear headphones. Most of them are actually like right behind my chair right now. And I've done a number of different videos about them. I kind of just got excited about these, specifically when I had found a brand that went by Cat Headset that was selling cat ear headsets in a variety of different colors. I ordered this orange headset from them. I received a defective product. I was pretty unhappy with it, and I also discovered the exact same products that they were selling were being sold on AliExpress for significantly less. I made a video detailing all of this. Exact same product. As it's no difference, right? These are listed as being $12.95 to $15. These are $59. Not super thinking much of it. I had promised on TikTok that I would make a review of the headsets when I got them, so that's what I did. I put it up, didn't think too much about it. It had been up for a few months, and over that time, I noticed more and more kind of shadier business practices by the brand, Cat Headset, and also had compared other headphones that I bought to listings that were on Cat Headset's website, where they were significantly increasing the price on products that were available again on AliExpress. And these range in price from $26.79 to $34.46 depending on the color and model and if you get them with a box. This is another pair that is also featured on our friend Cat Ear Headset's website for a list price of $149, which is apparently on sale currently for $79. I'm not trying to be sassy, but this is a little ridiculous. So after those two videos went up where I specifically mentioned Cat Headset, I received an Instagram DM. Let me get into character. So we're Law Mary now. Let's go see the damage. Hello, Mary. Catface. First, we would like to congratulate you for your YouTube videos and comments about the headphones we're selling. Thank you. My videos at this point didn't have too many views. I think they maybe had a couple thousand views each. They weren't getting like insane amounts of traction, but I'm guessing they were probably pretty high up on the search for if you were, Googling or searching on YouTube for Cat Headset, which I'm guessing is how they found out about my videos, because I never actually reached out to them again after I received my defective headset because I figured that they were probably a drop shipping company, which I'll talk a bit more on later on. So here they immediately hit me with the hard stuff. Now, to not have to go further, sue you for false or misleading information, we want to ask you kindly to stop telling nonsense just because you think you have the right to say anything on YouTube. I completely forgot they straight up said sue me. I thought they scurried around it a little bit more. I had completely forgotten that they straight up said sue. So a couple things I want to note on that. I think that this would end up being a defamation lawsuit if that was the case. I don't know what state or country they were located in. If it came down to a defamation lawsuit and the jurisdiction was determined to be in Washington state, where I reside though, frankly, it would be really fucking hard for them to win, because in Washington state, truth is the ultimate defense in a defamation lawsuit. As long as you're saying things that are the truth, you're protected. And while I would more now lean on using the term allegedly a bit more in some of my review videos, especially if I'm going to be saying I think that these products are probably from AliExpress or something like that, throw an allegedly in there. And this is without a doubt the same. Yeah, I didn't lie in any of my videos. I received a defective product. I received an identical product. You can visually see they look like the same from AliExpress. That was like the core meaning in the videos, the core statements that were being said. Were they nice? No, it wasn't a good review. It was a bad review. We can be upfront about that, but that doesn't mean that it was nonsense. Obviously, also, this is just so insulting, the saying that I'm telling nonsense because I think I have the right to say whatever I want on YouTube. Obviously, I don't. This is just so talking down to me so rude, and it's obviously an attempt to try and scare me into either removing the videos or not talking about them again in the future. We're selling from China, like 90% of what you actually buy. Now, they're not wrong. A lot of my products are made in China. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with production in China. There definitely are negative associations that especially the US market has with products that are produced in China. But some things to keep in mind with that is because China has had such a strong manufacturing economic kind of core there, they have accessibility to, frankly, better manufacturing processes than in the US. And those can be done ethically and are in some cases done ethically. I'm not saying in every case, and I'm not saying the standards are up to what I personally would want in terms of like human protection and environmental protection and all of that. But I just want to like clarify that like there is nothing inherently wrong with a product being produced in another country, specifically in this case, China. We have a manufacturer that follows our quality requirements, and we have rights on selling these specific headphones on their website. I'm sure that that's true. I am sure that they buy these products from a manufacturer and they sell them on their website and they have the right to. I would not assume that that is a lie in any way. That's how dropshipping companies work though. They buy product in bulk from a manufacturer and sell it to another market. They aren't designing or creating the product themselves. They're buying it from another company and then reselling it to the general market. That is a business practice that exists. No offense to all the drop shippers out there, it's not my favorite, especially in this situation or in situations where the cost of the product is heavily inflated beyond the value of the product. One thing I want to highlight is they're a manufacturer that follows their quality requirements. I received a defective product. That was not a quality product. I don't know what to say. Now, when you compare our headphones to Razer, it's clearly nonsense because they just can't be compared. This is the hardest one I feel like to respond to because I feel like it's the most frustrating for me in a sense where they're saying, you obviously can't compare our products. They're like different products. First of all, they're the same thing. They're both headsets. Like square one, I'm allowed to compare two products that are the same product. The second reason and the main reasons why I'm comparing them is the price point. So the claim is this has a value, though, of $87. That's kind of what I believe this dashed out 87 is trying to imply. The Razer Kraken headset by itself without the kitty ears is only $80, and then I think the kitty ears are about $20 to add on. But this headset without the cat ears, $80. They had the listed price for this being almost equivalent to the listed price for a Razer Kraken headset. So my point is, as a consumer and as someone making a review for other consumers, if you're trying to decide between these two products that have a similar price point, which one should you pick? That's the point of what I was doing. They said that the price of their headset was before sale $80, and that's the price I'm gonna look at honestly for what the value of the product is. I was comparing the Razer Kraken headset by itself with the removable ears, which is a cheaper option than buying the Razer Kraken headset that does have the RGB lights. If I was to compare the more expensive Razer Kraken headset with them, like maybe it would be more unreasonable for me to compare the two. Please, when comparing prices, make the effort to look at the prices for their website, not Amazon or other resellers. That's nonsense too. I used Amazon as my reference because I bought my Razer headphones off of Amazon. I was showing the option that I purchased personally against the option I purchased from them. You can find Razer and any other brand on AliExpress, but you rely on resellers like Amazon, the same kind of poor customer service and quality. This is a really weird thing for them to say because in my experience, and I am not a fan of Amazon's business practices, the customer service from Amazon is extremely consumer friendly. Like it's very easy to make returns on Amazon to the point where I feel like it'd be harder for businesses to compete with that. I'm sure you probably can find Razer on AliExpress. I honestly searched for that because I see Amazon, from just my experiences being a very reputable place to buy electronics from. I haven't had any issues with them. And again, that is what I personally use to purchase my Razer Kraken headset from, so that is why I used it for the comparison. There is no problem in doing these kinds of videos, just tell the truth in both sides. I'm assuming that they are frustrated that I'm comparing their product with Razer, or they're frustrated with the price points that I showed at the time. They feel like it was an unfair comparison. I still feel like it was a fair comparison at this point. If you all feel differently, feel free to let me know, because I'm obviously having a one-sided experience. You can find our products on AliExpress and Amazon, like 90% of items and brands selling worldwide. They can be copied in China. Rules are not made the same everywhere. Which, fair enough. It is possible that a world exists where they made and designed this headset first, and the manufacturer who produced this headset took the design and started reselling it. However, I believe that is a blatant fucking lie. And my main piece of reference for this is there is a headset brand called, I'm gonna put their name here because I'm blanking on it right now, that produces cat ear headsets that are beautiful. I've always wanted one, but it has been too expensive for me to buy in the past. Cat Headset, which I don't have screenshots of this, I believe, anymore, and their website is gone, just in my opinion, made a complete dupe of it. This is not a company that was making their own original designs, and it is really frustrating for them to try and imply that they were. Again, if you run a dropshipping company, that's fine. Sometimes that makes products more accessible to an overseas audience that isn't as comfortable with using things like AliExpress. But I have huge issue if you're going to be claiming that they are original designs that you created, especially if you're going to claim that and then claim that your manufacturer stole the design, which I don't believe is the case in this situation. We can do anything about it. I'm assuming they meant we can't do anything about it, which again, I understand. I have seen the situation happen where manufacturers have stolen designs and sold them elsewhere. It is extremely devastating to independent artists that are designing and creating things, and I think it is a horrible business practice. I don't really think that's what's taking place here, though. If they'd love to prove me wrong, I would be happy to see the evidence that they designed these headsets. But based on the fact that they already copied other headset designs and were reselling other headsets from other brands, I hope you understand and try to bring verified information before sharing these kind of misleading infos. With our best wishes, keep going with your video content, have a great and keep safe. Emma with customer service. I'm sad I never said anything about this earlier. So if anybody's wondering, Mary, how did you respond? I didn't respond. I didn't think there was anything I could say in message form that would be an adequate response to someone threatening to sue me. So obviously I'm editing the video right now. One thing I didn't point out in the video itself that I wanted to comment on is this was sent as an Instagram DM when I have a business email very clearly listed in basically every version of social media I use. It's not hard to find my business email. I remember just being really frustrated with the fact that, like, if you're gonna send me a legal threat, at least send it to my business email. I hate businesses that do most of their work through Instagram DMs. It is so shady. It is so shady to me. Of course, the first things I did was kind of check over what I said, deciding if I really felt that I was at any sort of legal, danger. I came to the decision that this is 100% an empty threat. It would be not only extremely unreasonable for them to try to sue me, but it would also risk them having to show their very shady business practices a bit more openly, I guess, or to have just more eyes on it. The first of all one being them stealing designs from other headset companies. The second one being them constantly listing their products as being on sale. This is one that made me so mad. It made me so frustrated. If a company constantly lists their product as being on sale, so I bought this months ago for $49, so it's been on sale for a while now. That in different jurisdictions is not legal because it's just constantly trying to take advantage of your customers being like, oh, it's on sale. They were always on sale. They were never sold at what was considered to be the list price that was like crossed out on the sales place. That's just a gross business practice to have. And the next thing that really pisses me off about this is such an empty threat, and this is just trying to silence consumers. Now you might know, well, Mary, you didn't respond and you didn't really post publicly about this at the time. Weren't you scared? I mean, part of me, yeah, like I didn't want to make this into something bigger than it was. But to give you some extra context into what was happening at the time is when these messages were sent to me, this is gonna sound, I don't know how this is gonna sound to all of you. I had posted a TikTok that was like a jokey TikTok that was about a living situation that I was in where one of my roommates was refusing to pay rent and was choosing to spend that money on something else. And a hell of a lot more people saw it than I ever wanted to, basically. I received a lot of really supportive, kind comments at that time. I received a lot of comments from people saying that they went through a similar experience, which is why I left the TikTok up, because I was like, I want other people to see that they've, I've gone through a similar thing and it fucking sucked, but they weren't alone in a financially dangerous situation, that they weren't alone. But at the same time, I received a lot of, frankly, dreadful comments. And I received a lot of comments where people were telling me this is your fault, and just, people that obviously did not comprehend the full situation, people being mad that I asked a roommate to pay rent. Yeah, so I just didn't really want to exist on the internet. I was very down. At that point. So having all of that happen and then having this company threatened to sue me, I was just like, I'm just not going to engage with it. I kind of wish now that I had kind of made a kerfuffle about it, because the company doesn't exist anymore. I tried to follow the links from my order emails. Doesn't take you to a web page. The Instagram account doesn't exist anymore. Cat Headset, as far as I can tell, is no more. I don't know what led to their downfall. I don't know what took them off the market, but I wish I had said something when they were still running and still open, because my fellow consumers deserved to know that the company I had negatively reviewed threatened to sue me for my negative review. But yeah, I had the burden of information and I couldn't handle it at the time. So this is also, I guess, my public apology to my fellow consumers. Yeah, yikes. Bad vibes. Not a good time. We're having a very bad time. So that is the story of time a headset company threatened to sue me. Thank you all so much for joining me today. If you have any questions about the situation, feel free to put them in the comments down below. Let me know your favorite headset company. Let's have a positive little vibe. I love Sonic. I've bought from them and I've received headphones from them. I also like my LG headset. This thing is great. It's a great wireless headset. Razer I haven't had any issues with, but if y'all have some cool, quirky brands, throw them my way. Let's have a positive gaming gear moment. It just sucks. I was so excited about Cat Headset when I first found it, because I so see a huge gap that is slowly being filled, but a huge gap in the gaming market of just more colorful products. I feel like we've been very in this black, blue, red bubble for so long, and it is super nice to start seeing purples and different colors from different brands, and I'm excited and optimistic about hopefully seeing more in the future. But it just sucks because I spoke very excitedly about Cat Headset before I received the product, and maybe that's a lesson learned on me, that you shouldn't talk about a product until you get it, until you can actually confirm that it's good. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a like. Subscribe if you would like to see more content from me. Feel free to ask any questions you have down below. I'd be happy to answer them. If you'd like to receive alerts anytime I post a video or go live on Twitch, we do have a Discord channel. You can also send me your pet photos. Send me your pet photos. Alright everyone, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!